Hello and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a superhero review. Today we're going to be having a look at Black Scorpion, starring Joan Severance. So Black Scorpion came out in 1995 and really was a result of the Batman franchise that had been out, Tim Burton's Batman franchise. Now it came out the same year as Batman Forever, and it's kind of in the same vein as that film. So going back a bit, obviously this is really before the real modern sort of superhero resurgence that had come up, and really the only sort of superhero franchise on the scene was the Batman franchise, and you obviously had Batman and Batman Returns, come out, and that was really it. So superheroes really weren't treated as legitimately serious products. I mean, the Batman was the only one that had any type of success, and that was really the only sort of thing that was out at that time. Now, I have to say, in 95 and 96, there were actually a couple of sort of low-budget, straight-to-TV or video films that actually came out. So you had Black Scorpion, you had The Demolitionist, and you had Vampirella come out all of the sort of same within a year of each other. And they were all sort of very much the sort of the B-movie heroes of that time, obviously. Vampirella was obviously based on an existing comic book. I'm not sure what Black Scorpion was, to be honest with you, although there was some comics released about the character afterwards. And then certainly The Demolitionist was completely made up. So getting back to the Black Scorpion. Now, this film is cheesy as hell. It is cheesy as hell. Very much in the same in the same vein as, I don't want to say Batman and Robin, but certainly Batman Forever. Obviously on a lot smaller scale though. But one of the interesting things about this film is it doesn't really play for kids. There's actually a fair bit of nudity in it. So although the violence isn't all that particularly graphic, it's obviously aimed at a slightly older audience. When I first saw it, I was actually surprised that the release was included. I mean, I guess there must be cuts that maybe have that out that were available to kids, but it really plays like a family film, apart from these sort of sex scenes, really, and it just is a bit jarring. Obviously, I'm certainly not going to complain. Joan Severance, the actress who plays the Black Scorpion, has got a great body, so I'm not going to complain about that. So let's talk a bit about Joan Severance. She's obviously the main character, and she plays a cop called Darcy, who also sort of moonlights as the vigilante, the Black Scorpion. Now, she wears possibly one of the more impractical costumes, but I have to say, it does look quite good. It's a cross between a female Batman cross Catwoman, really. I'll include some pictures obviously on the review, so you can see what I mean. Now, impractical as it may be, it does look quite a good costume, I have to say. Although there is certainly a fetish vibe going on there, and it very much has the feel of a TV movie, and I'm sure that's probably what it was originally. Now, the main villain in this is a guy called the Breathtaker. Now, if Black Scorpion looks like Batman, this guy looks like Darth Vader, and he's almost an identical copy. And he's an asthmatic villain who has a huge helmet. Actually, more looks the one from Spaceballs, actually. But very very sci-fi. Obviously, not meant to be at all sort of any level of realism. But it's I say campy fun. Now, the Black Scorpion drives like a souped up car that kind of transformed into sort of like a weaponized Batmobile, so to speak. And she's actually having a sort of a relationship with her partner in the police force, and hence the sex scenes. Now, one thing I will say, this film, the dialogue looks like it was written in the back of a cigarette packet. I mean, there's a scene where they say atoms will change at a molecular level. So you get the idea of what I mean with this. It's obviously not written by anyone with a great sort of understanding of things, but there you go. It's a fun movie, but certainly don't watch it if you're expecting a sort of anything less than sort of just a rip off of Batman Forever, because that's all it really is. I think the costumes look quite fun. If you can get, I would say it's a kids' film, but obviously you do have the sex scenes in there. It did actually spawn a sequel and a TV series, believe it or not. And one thing I will say, that it does actually certainly embrace the sort of the comic tropes. I mean, you do have fantastically costumed villains and everything, and it doesn't make any sort of apologies for that. Actually, thinking about it, what it does remind me a little bit of in modern times is the cape. Now, the cape, believe it or not, was probably a bit more serious than this, but that's the only thing I can really compare it to. If you were to make the cape in 1995, it would be Black Scorpion. So it's a funny little film, but it's kind of almost forgotten in the superhero realms. I don't want to cover just the big superhero films. I want to have a look at some of the smaller ones as well. It might be worth tracking down if you're a sort of if you're a fan of the superhero genre and you want to kind of see all themes of it. But certainly don't go in there expecting anything like the Marvel or the Batman films or anything like that, because you're certainly going to be disappointed. If you like cheesy B movie, and this is really a B movie, maybe I should put this in my B movie reviews, you might kind of get a kick out of it. I will give this one probably a 4 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Have you seen it? Have you seen any of the sequels? Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time.